My biggest inspirations as a surfer growing up was my brother and my dad. They loved surfing so much. It was all they ever talked about. Dad's just a fanatic. It was non-stop in my face the whole time. And he really put a lot of his heart and soul into helping us become as good a surfers as we possibly could. Spend years of his life whittling away in the shed, making us different surfboards, and always deliberately making us stuff out of the box to get us thinking out of the box. For my 13th birthday, I got a skip fry style fish, and that thing just blew my mind. Yeah, it really transformed my mindset into there being so many other options and so many other avenues to pursue in surfing and areas to find fun in.
Heath growing up, wanting to surf competitively, I guess I supported that. Heath's watching Sage compete as a teenager, so he's exposed to this stuff and he wants to do it too. So I just provided the information, just tried to give them information I'd learnt from surfing, from my experience. Whether or not they were successful at it or not wasn't important to me, but obviously it's a thrill to see your children successful.
It's a beautiful day.
There's a few bonuses looking like Cousin Nick.
So what were we here for again?
There's plenty to do.
There's heaps of food for all of us.
Not gonna work too hard and we're gonna have some fun with all our friends.
Let's get into it.
My parents brought me here in 1962. I was 11 years old. We found a surf spot here that was very consistent back in the 70s. And incredibly good waves, relied on sand, but it was very consistent over winter. We just thought, oh well, we've got our own broken head, we don't have to drive anywhere. We've got our own little broken head and we just made boards in the farmhouse and went down to our little spot and surfed them, and I had a lot of friends, made surfboards for them. We're having a lot of fun,
So we lived at Valla. We had 3 children out there. We lived in a shed for 14 years. Heath always loved the garden, and because he's 7 years younger than his big sister and 11 years younger than Sage, he spent a lot of time in the garden with me. Whatever I was doing, he was doing. If I was raking up mulch, he had a little trolley, he was raking up mulch. Oh, there's Mrs. Dorber, the Dorber wasp. That's one of my pets. She and her babies have been here for 3 years. Remember Andrew Kidman always refers to my garden as a punk rock garden.
Yeah. So you garden a bit like you cook, you just freestyle it, do you?
I do freestyle. I'm not as technical.
Describe my mum as an incredibly hard-working optimist. It's pretty amazing what she managed to achieve, raising us children and being able to work a full-time job as a school teacher and then still growing incredibly productive gardens for us our whole life.
And this is lemon balm, which I grow for cups of tea. I could make cups of tea for the whole of Nambucca Heads with that. Because he was exposed to it from such an early age and he spent such a long time, with me in the garden, I think it's like surfing or music or art. If you're immersed in it from a very early age, it sort of becomes deeply ingrained in you. This garden, he's got a it's a great expression of all those years of being, you know, immersed in gardens.
Well, it's all, it's just tiny pieces, one after the other, you slowly put together and end up with that, but it's just so many tiny pieces. Just to do that takes ages, everything takes ages. I guess I was exposed to, through surfing magazines, through Surfer magazine, to guys in the States particularly, at that time that I knew of, and they built themselves catamarans and went off sailing and surfed off them and just hung on them, and I liked the idea of that. And when I discovered surfing, I decided I just wanted to build surfboards. It's small, but it's comfortable sitting down room and can have a good sleep and have a feed. It's just an extension of what I felt like I wanted to do, and it would be an extension to the surfing lifestyle, to get me away from the crowds. I started work on it in '83. I didn't get a lot done on it over the next 30 years. And in the last 7 years, I've got stuck into it, and it's just about finished.
Remember the first barrel that I thought I got, and I came home and say Jen, Dad, that I just got barreled, I got a backhand barrel, it's pig dogging, and I saw the lip come over and got pitted. And they were both like, what did it sound like? And I was like, oh, I don't know. And they both didn't believe me one iota.